Shalom and welcome back to the Torah Targum game, or the Shnai Mikra Targum game. We're continuing where we left off. And just to demonstrate for those who are new how to play, we'll demonstrate using the first verse of the second aliyah. And you'll be able to see the goal, how to play, and you can skip this video and just do it yourself, B'ezrat Hashem. So, Vayikra Melech Mitzrayim. So the first step is to break up the verse and create the space for the Targum. So you could already split verse from verse, like right here all the verses are together, so you could just split up based on where the verse ends by these two dots over here. And then the etnachta symbol cuts the verse in half, essentially. But then you could use the other Te'amim, punctuation, tunes, emphasis, connectors, separators, however, many different things, tones and everything, emphasis. So you could then split it up further by bits of information. So Vayikra Melech Mitzrayim LaMe'aldot Vayomer Lahen. So he called them over and he said to them, to the Me'aldot, and the sages revealed to us that Shifra and Pua is really Yocheved and Miriam. Yocheved, the mother of Aharon, Miriam, and Moshe, and Pua is Miriam herself. Vayomer. Right, okay. So, Vayikra Melech Mitzrayim. So we created the space, and now we just open the Targum layer. I'll fix what I just did over there. To switch between Torah and Targum layers, you could check out the shortcuts over here. But right next to the number 1, that little squiggly line, or here it looks like a dash. But basically pressing it and it switches between layers. So here I'm just going to push the text over. Okay, and like that. And we'll continue. Also, Shivim Nafesh, I forgot to just highlight the ayin, that you could highlight. Ayin is 70. Ayin is hiding in this word, and, it's just in the words Shivim. Okay, so now to line up the verse, turn on the Targum layer, and hit Tab to jump spaces to push the text quicker until you get to the actual verse, and then click, in between the words, and start to push the words, trying to line it up directly under and in the center of the Torah word. Then afterwards comes the color coding, but I've been doing this, thank God, for some time, and so I could do, or you could do as well, the colors immediately. But how it starts out is simply, our focus is just to line it up at least. That would begin there. Then the colors can come in afterwards. So the king of Mitzrayim called over the Yocheved and Miriam, and he said to them, Madua asiten hadavar hazeh. What is this? Madua, the Targum is Madein. Mazeh. So what's the difference between Madua and Mazeh? Madein atun. Madein avadtun. Sorry, what is this that you did? Et, here all of a sudden the Targum adds the word et. Avitun yat pitgama. Pitgama. What's the difference between pitgam hamelech or devar hamelech? Pitgama hadein. This act that you are vatechayena et hayeladim, that you are letting the children live. How dare you let children live, God forbid, and succeed. You're sustaining them. V'kayamtun yat benaya. And here the Targum is benaya, is like banim. What is the difference between yeladim and banim? V'tomerna hameyaldot el paro. Ve'amara hayatha. The one chayatha is from the word chay, that she gives life, chayim, to the children, as we said in the previous video. Hameyaldot, the ones who give birth, assist giving birth here. I'm sorry. Hamolidot, it would be. Hameyaldot is they help with the delivery process. Help the mother and help the baby afterwards and make sure everything's good. Be'amra hayta leFar'o ki lo hanashim hamitzriyot ha'ivriyot, because they are not like the Egyptian women. Not like the Egyptian women are the Ivriyot, the Yehudiyot. The children of Am Yisrael who are known as Yehuda as well. Becha yoducha achecha. As Yaakov said, in you will be known the entire children of Israel, in Yehuda, this ability to thank and to admit. Arei chayot hena. So chayot, they're like, what does it mean? Literally would be translated, they are like wild animals. Here, the Targum is ki hakiman inu, because they are wise. The women, chayot hakodesh. Chayot doesn't even mean animals. I mean, it does mean on a simple level, but Targum is giving us the meaning of what is being said here. Obviously, they're not physically animals. What is meant here? They're smart. Beterem tavo, so beterem, it's not just the word terem, which is adlo, so it should be be'adlo, but it doesn't say that. Adlo, until not. Beterem means just before, until it didn't happen. Up until it didn't happen yet, basically. Alat levathon chayafa, before Yocheved and Miriam can even arrive to help deliver the babies, vayaladu. They already give birth, unassisted, essentially like all of the animals in the world. But here, doesn't even mean that literally. So now we'll just hide the Targum again and continue onward to create the space for the Targum. So Vayhi is being used here. Yeah, okay, we'll split that up. Ad lo alat lewathon hayafa, until the hayafa, the one who helps give life and helps take care of the child, brings the child into life. Till they arrive, the women already give birth. Painless and unassisted, essentially like the animals. The baby's then fine, walking within a few hours. They're ready. Vayetev Elohim lemeyaldot. Vayetev, it's such interesting language. So tet is tov, so you could highlight the tet. Again, Shem Hashem is being used here, and it's really with 3 yuds in the Targum and other configurations for right now. We'll leave it as this. We have to check the manuscripts for all the different variants in different places. Vayerev ha'am. So va'otiv Hashem l'chayafa, and he made good for these women because they were cared about life and were saving all of these children, all the male children that were supposed to be killed. And in that merit, I guess, or I don't know, that's when she had Moshe. Vayerev ha'am uski. So what's the difference? Utekifu, vayatzmu is, again, what's the difference between all the languages of strength? Because we know There are no synonyms in Lashon HaKodesh, as we've said several times in the sources. Ve'ahava, and it was, kad, when. So the sages teach, I think Rabbi Yoshua ben Levi, or Rish Lakish as well, I have to see which, but ki is 4 different meanings. Like a key, multi-use can unlock different meanings. There's 4 different meanings. So here it means like when. Ki yareu hameyaldot min kodam Hashem, from before Hashem. Min kodam. And again, dechilu has the word echad. Dachalat has the word echad, really. Vaya'as lahem batim. So, vaya'as lahem batim, ve'avad lehon batin. And he made for them houses. Which, what does that mean exactly? Batin. Maybe in Russian, batinak, where it houses your feet. Beit apoy, the house of your face, which is a mask essentially. It houses your face. This kind of language. Vayitzav Par'o lechol amo lemor, kol haben hayilod hayaora tishlechu, vechol habat techayun. Okay, and we'll just continue. Paro is now decreeing, commanding to his nation, every boy born to the Yeor, towards the Yeor, send him. V'chol habat, and every daughter, techayun, keep her alive. Vayelech ish mi beit Levi, and here a distinguished man from the house of Levi. And again, Vayelech, he went. So who? Ish mi beit Levi, a distinguished man from the house of Levi. What did he do? Vayikach et bat Levi, and he took, it's translated for right now, along with Bath, the daughter of Levi, in the same tribe. Vatahar ha'isha vateled bin, he was with her, and she got pregnant. It has the word har, which is like a mountain. When a woman gets pregnant, if you view that as like that's a little mountain. Vatahar ha'isha vateled ben, and she gave birth, dalet, and then a little yud comes out, that, right? The little baby, basically, and she's now a dalet once again. Vatere otho ki tovhu, and she saw him ki tovhu, because good is he, as translated for right now. We'll see what this means again. We're just creating the space, and you don't have to listen to me. You can continue onwards and already break down the verses and line up. Okay. So, velo yachla od hatspino, and she could not more hide him. And she took for him a tevat gome, Jome. Jome, I don't know, is that like where like gum comes from? That has to do with that? I don't know. But the chamrana b'chemer uvazafet, and she built this little ark. She sealed it off, waterproofed it, so it could float, little boat. But the sembat hayeled, but the sembasuf al sfat hayor, and she put it into the suf, which is I don't know what that is exactly. That is on the. We'll see the targum for these words. I don't even know how to translate it literally right now. ותתעצב אותו מרחוק, and she was like planted, established herself, did the sister, Miriam, from afar. לדעה מה יעשה לו, what will happen to him? To watch over him, essentially, make sure. ותרד בת פרעה לרחוץ על היאור. And descended exactly at that time, of course, how perfect it works. The daughter of Paro to wash al hayaor, which is interesting, not beyaor, whatever, meaning just to continue, not whatever, that it's not important. V'na'arotheha holchot al yad hayaor, to know the distinction between al hayaor and bayaor, as keter al roshi or beroshi. The Rav Nachman points out. Via Rav Ari Kaplan, that's all. So we'll see. V'tera et hateva b'toch hasuf, v'tishlach et amatha v'tikacheha, v'tiftach v'tirehu et hayeled. And she saw Hashem, essentially. She saw v'tirehu. With, et is like with hayeled. This is where the sages learn, or I think from here. Oh no, that's maybe from a different part. But anyway, Moshe was born mahul, like created perfect, like Adam Harishon, before anything. Vehine na'ar boche. So here she sees along with, she's Hashem and the divine presence, et hayeled, with this child. Vehine na'ar boche. Then all of a sudden, there is a young boy. Na'ar, I think, has to do with wisdom as well. Boche, that he is crying. I don't know. But Boche is very interesting because it's 22 or 2 and 20 and 5, the 5 Sofiot. Boche is like alluding to the alphabet entirely. I don't know. Vatachmol alav vatomer, and she said, Mi yaldei ha'ivriim ze, that this is from the children of the Ivriim, the ones who are on the other side, opposed to paganism and evil practices of child sacrifice and chas v'shalom, God forbid, worshipping death and the occult practices and black magic and all these kinds of things, chas v'shalom, God forbid. Mi'aldei ha'ivriim ze, this is a child from the other side, unlike us who practice all of those things. Chas v'shalom. Vatomer achoto el bat Paro, and says his sister to the daughter of Paro. Again, why refer to her as bat Paro and not Batia, I guess was her name, right? Didn't it just say? Did it say any name? No, it didn't. Not yet. No, just bat Paro at this time. Elech v'karati lach isha mi'aneket min ha'ivriot. She saw that, she knew that he was from the Ivriot, and he's not taking milk from any other woman. And she says, should I call you a nursing mother from the Ivriot? V'teinik lach et hayeled, and she will nurse for you with this child for you. V'tomer la bat Paro lechi. And she said, yes, go, essentially, I agree. Like, that's a good idea. V'tikra et em hayeled, and Miriam goes and calls the mother of Moshe to nurse Moshe. And what does bat Paro command her? V'tomer la bat Paro, Helichi et hayeled hazeh, walk with this child, raise him. Vehenikuhu li, and nurse him for me. Ve'ani eten et scharech, and I am going to pay you for this. Not only is the mother reunited with Moshe in a completely, in a legal way, that the fact that now she wants to keep Moshe and she wants him alive. Now Miriam calls over the mother of the child, and now she is going to nurse the child and get paid for nursing her own child. What a based on Rab Eli Mansour Shlita, that's saying how Hashem hitolalti, like I made a joke and a mockery of wicked governments, like this wicked Egyptian rule, this Paro at the time, that Hashem confuses their minds and their thoughts even. Has v'shalom, normal, sane people want nothing to do with any evil and don't want, God forbid. So here it just shows how Hashem made like a joke out of this whole story of Mitzrayim, that it's funny, it's comedic, like he made it a joke, how powerful and how all-knowing Hashem is. Anything Hashem can do. And the biggest joke, that Paro wants to make sure that he's going to prevent men and women from being together so that the Mashiach is not born. But little does he know, then he sends out all the people to search for the Mashiach. He wants to make sure that this leader is not born. Little does he know that the child that is sitting on his lap, he's his grandpa essentially. Bat Paro adopted him, and her father is Paro. This little child that's playing with his crown is the Moshiach. He can't see him in front of his face. And so, such a mockery that went on here. That Hashem could pay back in such a way, God forbid. Again, sane, good people want nothing to do with anything evil and don't associate with anyone evil, past, present, future, and are good people evident right now by how they act and how they think and treat themselves and others and everything like that. So, Vayigdal hayeled. Again, everyone is not really referred to by name. This is a completely anonymous kind of thing. It's Hayisha, Bat Paro, not her name also. Hayeled, not Moshe. Again, all these kinds of things. Helichi et hayeled hazeh. והעניקו לי ואני אתן את שכרך ותיקח אישה ותינקהו ויגדל הילד ותביאהו לבת פרעה. So when the child grew up, ותביאהו לבת פרעה, and she brought him over to the daughter of Paro, ויהי לה לבן, and he was for her to be a son, ותקרא שמו Moshe, and she called him Moshe. Vatomer, and she said by the fact that she called him Moshe, Kimin Hamayim Meshithihu, because from the waters, Hamayim, these specific waters, Meshithihu. We'll see what the Targum says, this word is. Not the Targum says as if the Targum is a person, but Targum is the meaning of Tanakh, scribed, transmitted by the sages, as we'll learn, who is ensured that each Targum would endure forever, B'ezrat Hashem. Okay, so now that we have created the space, this is how it looks. We'll turn on the Targum and continue to line up the Targum to the Torah. Vayitzav Paro lechol amo lemor, ufakid Paro lechol ame lememar. So pakid, what is the difference between letzavot and livkod? So that's the red, which is like stop, red light, slow down, something's happening, something's going on here. It's conflicting Targum. An opportunity to understand better. Kol haben, kol bra. It's interesting, not kol ben, it's kol haben. Which the yithyelid that will be has the word Yud in here, and Dalet. Because the Yud is like the baby, the Dalet is the woman, the fertile earth, Arba Kanfot Haaretz, that she and the four mothers, that she can give birth. But a woman is a Hey, and when the Yud is the little baby in the womb, and when the baby leaves, when the Yud leaves the Hey, you're left with a Dalet. So, but Teled, and she became a Dalet. The little baby left, the Yud left, and out of the Hey, and now you're left with a Dalet. Kol birad yithyalid leYehuda'e. My mistake here. This is an extra word over here. Kol hayilod. Every baby that's born, really? Even the Egyptian babies? So the Targum, the meaning clarifies of what Paro is trying to say. Kol yithyalid leYehuda'e. Everyone who is given birth to any of the Yehudim, Am Yisrael, that are known by the tribe of Yehudah, for thanking God and admitting before God any mistakes and thanking Hashem for existence. Hayeora here is two things. Benahara. It doesn't say Bayeor. It says Be, and also it just says Nahara, just a river. It doesn't. Okay. Tashlichuhu Tirmine leharim. What's the difference between the whole birata and every? What is this extra hey? This is very weird. The kol bat techayun. What is kol habat? And everything that is the daughter. Like this was a little bit strange. We'll have to see what that means exactly. Okay. Again, we delete the prakim. The prakim is a foreign invention inserted into Tanakh, God forbid. And if you want to come back to the real breaks of Tanakh, visit the manuscript section and download the Sidrei HaTorah, the orders of the Torah and all of Tanakh. This is the real orders, the most complete one. That is the authentic breaks, the real prakim, breaks, chapter breaks of Tanakh that is transmitted by the sages that you could see in the oldest complete Tanakh that we have, also that you could download in that manuscripts section. Bazal Gavra midebeit Levi, from the house of Levi, and went out. So samech this is a stuma. If some like, you can replace the setuma visually like that, but it's up to you. You could leave it as is in the meantime. Okay. Vayikach et bat Levi. He took the daughter of Levi, a daughter of Levi, ve'adiyat itha, and the woman became. You see, vatahar is, and she became pregnant. Who? Ha'isha, the woman, bat Levi, this distinguished woman, very. Isha is a special title. Ish is a special title, meaning not just average people, but she was an outstanding person. V'teled ben v'yelidat bar v'tere v'chazath yafe, and she saw him, arei tav hu, because good is who? Hashem. I mean, I don't know what is being said here. That may be deeper readings or transmission of what the deeper meanings are. But for right now, and she saw him kitovhu, because good is he, that he is good. Again, still, even if you translate it, it still doesn't. You need to know what it means, and that's why we have to look at what the sages write. V'titzpenehu, and she litzpon tzafun Tzafun. What is the difference between tzafun, nistar, or tamur, va'itamrateh, vayitminehu bachol? What is the difference between these words that are all translated as like she hid him away, but we know that there's no synonyms, each word is unique. And the Targum highlights this fact, this concept. Ezer kenegdo, that is one of the things the Targum is. Ezer kenegdo, a helper against him. Sometimes a helper, when it's explaining the Torah words, kenegdo is against. Whenever it gives a word that seemingly goes against, or a different word that exists, right? It does. We have the word this, we have this word, and we have this other word that exists. So what's the difference? V'lo yachlet od le'at maruthe. She couldn't keep him anymore, hide him anymore. Fatikach lo tevat jome. Un sevath, and she took for him le tevutha, a teva, like an ark. Degome, here it has with a vav. So what's that teaching? V'techamra b'chemer uvazafeth. V'tachmera Chapatha. Chapatha is like where the word chuppah comes from. Chuppah is to cover it on the top. Lechasot is also, but we do have the word, I think, as well. But v'techamra, and she covered it on the outside. B'chemer, b'chemra, u'bezifta. Which I don't know what that is exactly, but some kind of tar, I think I remember it being translated, but we have to see. Vatasem, vashaviat. So what's the difference between vatashet or vatasem? So vashaviat ba yat ravia, and she placed in this ark hayeled ravia here in the Targum. So what's the difference? The special child. I don't know. Ravia. Vishavithe. Bayara. Ya'ar. Ya'ar is like a grassy patch. Besuf, I guess, is in the middle of the grassy place that's close to the water. Al Kaif. Kaif is like the word kaf and peh as well. On the edge of the river, on the edge of the water. ותתצב אחותו מרחוק. והתעדת אחתה מרחיק. Is that where America comes from? Mirhak, the faraway place. Anyway, l'de'a ma ye'aseh lo. Lemida. Here it has the word lamed hiding, but it has the word dalet as well. Lemida ma yit'aved le. In order to know what will be done to him, what will be worked on him. Vaterev bat paro. Unhathaf nacha. So what's the difference? Unhatath bat paro lemische. Lirchotz here is lemische, which is to swim, I thought. Lemische al nahara. You do get clean when you swim, and assuming it's clean water, of course. Al nahara v'na'arothea holchot al yad hayaor. V'na'arothea, the targum is ve'ulei mathaha, but ulei mathaha is ulem alma. What's the difference between alma and na'ara and yalda and isha and other words? Holchot mehalchan mehalchot. So what's the difference there? Al kaf, on the, again, kaf on the edge, right next to the yaor. Right, this comes later too. You could highlight the aleph bet hiding in words. Like kaf has two, and the yud actually as well. This whole word should just be okay. Well, not there actually. Here, yad is the word kaf, so it's the difference between al sfat hayaor and here all of a sudden al yad hayaor, and you see kaf. The targum connects these two words to highlight something's going on. That's when the colors would come in. So again, here it's just nahara. Nahar is a river, but there you give the name. Oh, there's a nahara again. Vatere. So what's the difference? Chazat. Chazot, lirot, lehabit, listakel, litzpot, leasher, lischot, I think as well. Yat tevutha, the teva. Bego ya'ara, inside this grassy field. And she saw that there's some kind of floating ark inside that grassy. Yar is like a forest, but next to the water, next to the river there. I don't know. It's like those cattails or whatever they're called, I guess, or those things that grow next to the river. Vatishlach et amatha. So here the targum is ve'osheitat lifshot. So what's the difference between pashat and lishloah? Unsivte, and she took the teva. Vatiftach ufetachat, and she opened this thing where you have the word chet hiding here. Pei is for petach as well. Vechazat, and here she saw, but that's not what it says. She saw him. She saw essentially like God again with this child. Ravia. Everything's anonymous here. Vehine, and behold this young lad. That's what would be translated. Na'ar. Here you have the word ilem, like alma, but the masculine. Alem. What's the difference between an alem and a na'ar and a bachur and seir and other kinds of words? Boche, and he's crying. Boche, and you cry when you're confused. Ramosh Shpir, the Tzal Nevuchim is to be confused. More Nevuchim, the guide to the confused, perplexed. It's the Rambam's book, but Ve'ine nar boche Nevuchim, the Gra writes, Ramosh Shpir Tzal, the name of the Gra, Nevuchim hem ba'aretz, that they're confused and lost in the land. So boche, that he's crying. V'tachmol alav, the Targum here is v'chasat, chas, or chas v'shalom, but chasat, that she took pity over this child. Vatomer Lamarat, and she said, Mi Yildei Ha'ivrim Ze, from the children, the sons of the Yehudim, who, here the word who is included, hu ze, who is a very significant word, so wherever it appears. Vatomer achoto, and said his sister, Levat Paro, Ha'ezil, should I go? Ve'ikri, ha'lech ve'karati lach, ha'ezil ve'ikri lich, itza meyanketa, meinikta, isha meyaneket, a nursing mother, min Yehuda itha, from the Yehudi woman, from the Yehudi women, وَثَيْنِيكْ لَخْ et hayeled, and will nurse for you again. Why et is used, every et is significant, and this word is entirely lost in translation. Imagine a whole word just does not exist, and you could argue this may be the most significant word of the Torah, of the written Torah, if you could say such a thing, because it's from Aleph till Tav, from first till last. It includes the Aleph bet, which is the building blocks of everything, creates everything, and it is everything. So Vatomer la bat Paro, and said to her, the daughter of Paro, Ezili, go, do that. Vatelech alma, and went, did this young woman, here ulemta is correctly lined up. The Targum, see, when it's perfect, alma ulemta, where you hear it's just an accent, that's perfect, pure Targum, pure Aramaic, as we say, pure Hebrew with an accent of a burnt mouth and tongue. That is the accent of Aramaic that's written down in that accent. There's a whole book, B'ezrat Hashem, coming out on this whole topic. Elite, coming soon. Vatikra et em hayeled, and she called with the mother of the child. The mother, but again, Ravya is the word Rav, which is, to grow. Imeh is his mother. Et em hayeled, again, how the Targum. Vatomer la bat Paro, and says to her, and says to the mother of this child. Imagine someone turns to a mother and says, I'm going to pay you to nurse your child. Like, I would do that for free. And here you're getting paid to just do what you wanted to do. Eilichi et hayeled hazeh. Ovili. Which is a different type of word. I'm not sure exactly, but we'll hopefully get the meaning. Ovil is to guide somebody, escort them throughout, accompany them throughout the whole mission. Vehinikuhu li, and nurse him for me. Ve'ani eten et tzcharech, and I will give you your reward for this. Agrach, maybe in Russian, igra is a game, but agar is sachar in Aramaic, and sachar also sukar could be like sugar, that it's rewarding, it's sweet. A game is fun, and things like that. Vatikach isha hayeled v'teinikeu, of course, and she took this and took this distinguished woman, Hiyat here is added again. We have to see if that's the same in the manuscripts. Ve'onikite, and she then was nursing this child. Vayigdal hayeled ureva ravia. And here again, what is going on here? We have the word rav, rabba. What's the difference? Vayigdal all of a sudden. V'tiviehu lebat Paro, and she was brought to the daughter of Paro. Vayhila leben, and she was for him, or he was for her, as a son. It's her own son. Vatikra shmo Moshe ukarat, and she called his name Moshe. Shmo is essentially the word Moshe as well. It's one off. Here is a hey, here is a vav. Same symbols. Shme Moshe. Vatomer, and she said, if it's one, you could just center it. Ki mean Maya, because from the water, here it's not just because not from water. I'll just highlight that line, I guess. Alright, Maya Meshithiu Shalachte. We have the word Shalachte all of a sudden here in the Targum, as we could have used that word before by Vayishlach, wherever that was. Batishlach. So you could have B'Shalachte, but here it's Be'oshetat, Le'oshit Yad, to extend a hand. So what's the difference? So Baruch Hashem, we finished the second Aliyah. So like we said, when you're finished, this is how your text will look, all lined up, color-coded, and very beautiful. And you could see your progress visually where you leave off. The rest is waiting for you to go through, to break down the text, to line up the Targum, to change the color, to find all the Ktav Ashurit and everything like that, and to learn the Aleph-Bet, to learn the 32 paths. This is your meditation board, and any questions, comments, let us know. Thank you so much. Kol Tuv.